Read and I see a lot of disappearances and a lot of missing people's cases, and they are always labeled, mysterious. But the disappearance of Lena Sardarkil on December 20th, 2021 is definitely a mystery. She went missing from her apartments in San Antonio, Texas at around 5-ish in the afternoon. Nothing in this story is clear, even the little girl's age. You guys can go search on YouTube and you will see raw footage of interviews that were held with Lena's father, who, well, actually, yeah, Lena's father, who is an Afghani man. They are an Afghan family who moved to Texas in 2019, fleeing what Riaz Sadkarkil says was threats that were being received to the family. In those interviews, you will see that maybe he speaks English, but has very limited speaking, so he works with an interpreter. The day that she disappeared, they were in the playground. I guess it was Lena, and there were other kids along with a mom. The mom says, actually, so all of this story has been related to the public via an interpreter who speaks their language and is being related to the interpreter by the father, because the Afghani culture is very conservative, and Lena's mom, we don't even know her name, is not allowed or has not been on camera. Literally, do not know her name. And it's been almost a year. So they were on the playground. The mom, according to the dad, the mom said that she saw, if you look up the apartments, they're called Villa something. And if you look at the apartments, their playground area is gated. But according to the mom, she saw that Lena was going outside of the gate. But I guess she assumed that they were there with their playmates and that she was okay. I'm not going to say that as a mother, that if I saw my 3-year-old walking away from me, that I would just, let her go. It doesn't matter who she's with, but that's just me. In my opinion, there's a lot of loopholes and unanswered questions in this case, and that's what makes it very mysterious. The mom said that she wasn't really worried because she thought that she was with another Afghan family, and so she left. She saw that she was walking away from the playground, but she went into the apartment because she was going to go get some bottles of water. When she returned, she saw all the other kids but not her own, and so she went back to the apartment thinking that maybe Lena had walked to the apartment by herself, and then when she didn't see her there, then she started to panic. The father says that they have a WhatsApp group with a large Afghan community that is in San Antonio. So, he put it out there that his daughter was missing, was wondering if anybody in the community had her. And the next day, when he didn't receive anything, that's when he knew that something was terribly wrong. How old is Lena? We don't know. We don't know because she was born in the remote town of Paktia in Afghanistan, and they don't use birth certificates there. So they described her as a 4-foot, 50-pound child, and that doesn't sound too much like a 3-year-old, but I know that kids vary in size. So in the media, she's listed as a 3-year-old, but I think she looks more like a 5 or 6-year-old, in my opinion. But reports say, that it is very common for immigrants to register their kids as a younger age whenever they come to the U.S. There has been a lot of speculation about why Lena's mom doesn't come on camera, but as I said, they are from Afghanistan, and they are very, I guess you would say that they have very conservative values, and that the women are not allowed to, I guess, speak. I don't know how to say that, but I just want to be as sensitive as I can to the culture. And at the time, she was also pregnant with a child, and and actually has another young child to take care of. So she was pregnant, had another child, and then had Lena. So there is video footage of Lena in the playground at around 4:59, but then she disappears at 5:09 or 5:07 because whenever you look at the footage, there is no more footage of Lena. So the FBI and a lot of law enforcement were involved in this case, and initially they were like searching an 18-mile radius, and then they expanded it, and a lot more people were coming in to help, find this little girl. They searched for Lena on ground. They searched for her in the rivers, and they look for her in a creek. They use a dive team, and then on January 7th, which is about a month, they called off the Amber Alert because an Amber Alert did go off, and they were asking for the public's help. And I know in Texas, and the National Center for Missing Children, I know that she's on the front page for them. So I think the weird thing about this, and I think it's probably just a cultural thing, right? If you cannot find your 3 or 5 or 6-year-old, you frantically look for them. But if you cannot find them, if you're from the US, you dial 911, right? That's what you do. But because they're not from here, she waited 2 hours to notify her husband, who then contacted the police. It's just, I don't know what to say. I have read and I have seen in stories that Lena's family had been in Texas since 2019, but they had recently gone back to Afghanistan because they were, I guess, visiting for the first time. The reward for any information that would lead to Lena Sardar kill is $250,000. This little girl is definitely loved. She is missed. You can go watch footage of her father speaking to a reporter, and at first it seems kind of weird, and I think it's just the way that the interpreter was talking to him, because they asked him, if Lena could hear this, what would you like to tell her? And his response was, I tell her to make a video call. So then it made me feel like, what? Normally it's something like, I miss you, I love you, come home, whoever has her, please let her go, please bring our baby home, or whatever. And then the interpreter or the reporter asked the question again, and the interpreter rephrased it, and then he was like, so he said something, and then I don't know, I want to say like a minute went by, and then the dad just broke down. Like, he just started crying, and I thought it was really weird that he was really emotionless, and again, it's probably part of the culture. I don't know, I don't want to be judgmental, but seeing him break down like that kind of gave me some kind of he can't be involved in it. He was really emotional and he couldn't put himself together. Again, the reward for any information that would lead to Lena Sardar kill is $250,000, and that's as of February 2020, as of this year. A lot of the money is coming from the Islamic Center of San Antonio, and they increased the reward by $120,000. And then Crime Stoppers of San Antonio had offered $50,000, and that combined is a lot. So that made it to $200,000. But basically, the whole community is rallying around this little girl. I want to say that Lena is probably around 5 or 6, and I will post pictures of her here. If you have any information regarding this case, please call 911 or please call the Crime Stoppers of San Antonio. I mean, please. Let me see if I can find the number. 1 second. I'm scrolling. Okay, the number is 210-207-7660. And that is the missing persons unit of San Antonio. Thank you.